All right. Check 1, 2. I think that we're rolling. Audio input capture is going up and down, so I think that we're all set. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Dire Troll Paint Night kit today. Matinee. What is it, 1 o'clock in the afternoon? Sponsored by my local game store, Just Games Rochester. For those of you that picked up a kit, this stream is definitely designed for a paint-along. So if you guys picked up in store, we can go ahead and we're going to paint this sucker today. This is probably the biggest mini I've ever painted. It's fantastic that they package it like this. Let's go to the live painting scene here. Is that 1? Oh yeah, we're good. We got everything here. All right, so here we have the Dire Troll. Yeah, look at that. Barely fits in the frame. This thing is huge. So this is from Wizkids, Nozzler's Marvelous Miniatures. Similar to the Ogre Zombie and the Red Slad. The Dire Troll is the biggest one of them all so far. And, of course, like the rest, you can see, comes with everything that you need. The goal of this little paint class, this presentation is going to be, I'm not going to use anything that I have personally except for water and paper towels. I think that's the only thing that I'm going to have out here. I won't even be using a base holder today. We're going to be using everything in the kit just to kind of prove that you can completely paint this whole thing. You can make it look really nice with everything that's in the kit. That's what we did with the Red Slide last month. That's what we'll do today. So as you can see here, it has I know the ring light. You can see the ring light right there, but it's you should be able to see this. Oh, by the way, I fixed the camera, so now these are both live. None of them are remote. So Paint Night Kit contents, you have the mini. You have 12 Vallejo colors, Vallejo great paint manufacturer for minis, 2 brushes and a water pot. So the whole thing comes in kind of a plastic kind of container with little dips and little pots you can kind of put paints in. What we found doing with the Red Slod earlier or last month was that you really didn't need to thin the paint as much because a lot of the paint was already thin to begin with. It's fresh, kind of right, you're opening it for the first time. So we found that we really didn't need to thin it terribly much. And this thing is so big that you're really not obscuring that much detail especially when you're painting the body. So haven't needed to thin a lot. So a lot of that was pulling right out of the pot, but then it does give you that kind of plastic set just to go ahead and use if you want to use to thin. Let's go ahead and open this. Oh my gosh, this thing is huge. Oh, let's cut that. Switch over to our ambient music. And let's go ahead and get started. And so the VOD will, for those of you that missed it and are watching, days later, weeks later, the VOD, hopefully you found this on youtube.com/rookstable. It's also going to stay on the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/rookstable for about a month. Okay. So what are we looking at here? Make sure that's all in frame. Yep. Here's the mini. And then you can see kind of off the side here, we have our 12 colors, 2 brushes. This is technically for water, which we can fill up. But if this looks like it's pretty much just like the Red Slod. So we probably have let's see what these brushes are. All right, here's our fine detail brush. And we have a multi-purpose kind of starter brush, so that'll be good. So we'll be using these a lot. Be using the starter brush a lot just because the thing is so big. In fact, I wish they kind of included a bigger brush for that. Like, look at this. Really? We're going to cover the whole thing? This is going to be I don't know how long this one's going to be. But we're going to go ahead and do it. So let's get the mini out. They always make this very difficult with like the tape. Oh, wow, look at that base. Look at that base. The other thing they don't include here is glue to glue the base on. We can glue the base on it. Do we want to glue the base on it first? Might be easier to hold it. No, because it could, with the glue trying to dry, we'll do it last. So there's the base over there. This thing's going to be pretty easy to kind of get a grasp on, Just want to make sure it's not, yeah, it's really just kind of stuck in there. The thing's huge. Look at this thing. Oh my God. Oh man, just looking at the work ahead of you, but you're going to be left with an amazing product. I can't believe that. I mean, to have this as a paint night kit is super cool. Look at this. Sweetheart, look at how big this is. Right? It's insane. Here, I'll give you for measurement or for comparison. So I have the Ogre Zombie and the red slot here still that we painted before. All right, here's your Ogre Zombie. Here's your red slot. So this thing is the big, and this, of course, these have bases on them. So this thing is like the tallest, widest. This is going to be the biggest. It's not even a mini. Look, he's like full hand. So this is going to be a fun one. Put you guys right back here. Hopefully lighting's okay. Let me know, guys, in the live chat. Lighting, volume, everything's good. Should be pretty much same settings as last time. Also, for those of you who want to chat in the stream and be forever immortalized in the video and the VOD, the chat box should run in the corner. Actually, did I tweet this out? I don't think I did. I think I did a couple hours ago. We'll see. We'll see who pops in. But I honestly don't even know how to start with this one. With the red slot, we dove right in with the red. And Ogre Zombie gave us kind of a lot of off-whites and fleshy colors. Let's see what it looks, what the, here is, it might be very close, but here's the side of the container. So it's given us a lot of greens with some whites in there, and it's just saying a lot of, showing a lot of greens and some, it's a dire troll, so it's got, it can be filthy, splotches of things coming on. So let's go ahead and see what paints we're working with, and we can get started. I don't know if I want to paint it green. It gives us a lot of green options, which is great. But we will we'll see what we want to do here. Hi, Mom. Thanks for stopping by. Let's get a little bit of water in here. Okay. And we'll see if we end up using that palette, if we do right out of the pot here, just because the thing's so massive. Okay. We got that Vermilion again with from the red slot. And a heavy red. I think that's different than the reds we got. I'm excited. Doing these particular ones, the last two, have given me some great reds because I had a bright red that came with like an army painter, like one of those paint sets, but it just wasn't. I always trying to darken it to like a dark red, and it just never worked out. Okay. We're really going to take our time with this one, guys, just because there's a lot to think about, and of course, similar to the red slot, it's going to be a lot of figuring out what we want to do with the body. What do we want to do with the body? So we have a reflective green, Beastie brown, a parasite brown. Ooh, that's we had that in the slot. A black green, park green flat, 2 park green flats. Wow, it really wants us to paint this sucker green. In fact, given our resources, I think that we are going to have to go with the green. Because I was thinking, well, what if it was kind of like this Etten I did the other day? Because you look at like a giant kind of figure like this, and you see how we ended up going with a gray here. Like it was almost like it's like a purpley gray. So I was like, well, what if this, trolls can be gray. But we have dark sea green and we have black. So dark sea green is really the only, it's technically even the only gray we have is a green. Isn't that funny? So we'll try and incorporate this as much as we can. We got light flesh black, black, red, vermilion, heavy red. So that's a pretty decent palette. Let's see. Yeah, looks like it's in the model, it's recommending the reds kind of for the cloth. Yeah, I mean it's a monster, so it can be bloody, So we can kind of do it that way. This is and I'm surprised it's got so many light spots for no real white. I guess the light flesh. Let's just go ahead and put some of these colors on the model and see what we see, So park green oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's shake that up. Some of these, the way they're packaged, it's like they kind of are tucked into the side. And so what you can see happen is sometimes the pigments kind of like shift to one side. So we really want to shake these. I noticed because I opened this Park Green flat and I noticed, oh, hello. We are, good thing I got the paint shirt on today, the real paint shirt. But yeah, there we go. That's much better because we saw a little bit of light kind of swirling the top there. So let's go ahead and make sure that everything is kind of in view. You won't see the water cup. That's not that important. All right, what's this? This looks light. What's this look like? Okay. Alrighty. Definitely want to start darker. Start darker. Actually, oh, we'll probably leave that open. Give me all these greens. Let's open all these greens. So, Park Green flat, a black green, and a reflective green. Interesting. Ooh, it's like a swampy green. That's kind of the color I'm looking for here. And let's get the dark sea green open as well. Okay. Let's see what we see. So another reason why, it might be a good idea to use this, whoop, as I bump it, use this is because this plastic thing is because then I won't have to wash the brush every time I'm kind of switching colors. Because dipping right in the pot, you can contaminate the pot. Okay. Just make sure that everything, this model is so big, I want to make sure it's in the frame all the time. What does this reflective green look like? Okay, now that's a little grosser. Yeah, I like to see that. Okay. Okay. What's this green look like? Yeah, let's go in the arm. And let's just let's mix it here. Interesting. Okay. Definitely like the reflective green the most. It's kind of like a base. And let's get into technically, what is this? A deep sea green, but this is totally a gray. It's totally a gray. And what's that look like on the body here? Interesting. Now, as you can see, there are like little faces coming out of this thing. It's got like, ew. Like, there's 4 heads here, and then it's got like at least 3 other faces coming out of its body. So I wonder what we want to do for the faces as we kind of get there. But for now, I'm thinking definitely a reflective green slash kind of deep sea green, just kind of all over. And then we'll see what we want to do from there. And you can do it whatever color you want. One thing I just recommend is if you want to kind of mix the colors, definitely want to try and go for it while it is still wet so that they can blend. A lot of people, you might mix colors on the palette off the model, but perfect way to do it is just right on the model, like we saw with the slad. So that color alone looks okay, but it needs character. Yeah, I'm going to contaminate these pots here. I've got a lot of the greens at this point, so. Okay. And just getting color all over the model, right, to start. It's getting color all over the model. Let's find out where we want to put our distinct kind of gray spots. Let's get some deep sea green, and let's just make it known across the model. Put some here. Definitely expand here. And we'll do this shoulder. Right? Yeah, that leg is really gray right there. Back into the reflective. And mix some of this. See how we started gray there, and now we can see, the greens kind of coming on too. And it's going to be a lot of this, at least to start. Get a little bit more of that kind of sickly green back in there. Let's grab a little bit of this green. A little bit of this park green flat. Ooh, right? Throw a little bit of that in there. Just work it into the model. You know, we're covering quite a bit of ground with this multi-purpose brush, provided it's a huge, huge beast. Oh, I didn't even see the... it's got... it's got a third arm back here, and then you got two arms over here. Here I was thinking it was just two arms. So what if those two arms coming out of the back are all gray? You know, like to just cement the fact that they're just abnormal, shouldn't be there. Oh, there's that gray we left. Yeah, we actually kind of worked the gray right out of this leg. Maybe we'll come back. We'll come back over with it, because I do like the idea of the gray. You know, some rotting pieces. I mean, the fact that it's just like a stitched looking construct to start is like, it should definitely have some pieces kind of that were not a successful attachment or are not doing well. Some of this park green flat. We covered a lot of ground in a very short time. It's great. Let's see. Let's do another splash of gray. Let's find our gray spots. Let's do this side here. Let's grab these arms for sure. And we can do some head. Oh, I don't know if I want to do the heads just yet. Just hand. Let's do this foot. Don't want to do the feet too much because I don't know what I want the base to be, and I don't want the colors to kind of blend there. Put the gray in enough spots, right? And yeah, I'll put it over here too. Just very subtle. I was worried that I was Gonna have to figure out how to zoom the camera in more, but I really don't. This thing is massive. This reflective green almost has, it's got this yellow in it. So we're just, you can see we're pretty much sticking to 3 colors here. And we are just working them all in together along the model. There are no right answers. And we might even come back and add some browns and reds. Everything's said and done. Just getting behind the... Trying to get the legs and arms kind of completely done before I go onto the back here. Just because I don't want any surprises. I don't want to forget about anything. It's just such a massive model that, you know, I could quickly move on, forget something, and then all of a sudden I'm moving to different colors, and then I see, oh, well, there's the back of the leg that's totally unpainted. No need to add much highlight here with the back leg. There's probably not going to be a light source here. So we're just alternating between the, what's this green called? The black green and the reflective green. And because we're using two colors to or 2 to 3 colors to cover this, every time we put something down, we want to make sure we blend it and work it in so that it doesn't just, it's not abruptly a different color. You can kind of see, like you see the hand still needs some work because you see the hand how it seems like it's mostly the black green, where then the rest of it might be the kind of blended in the reflective green. There we go. And the nails are probably black. We can come over them with the green just for now. I don't want anything kind of cut off at the fingertip there, and then we come back with the black. We find out we got to break the green back out, etc. So we will just get back over here. We can kind of leave that bracelet unpainted. We know that's going to be a different color. All right. Inside of the hand. Oh, and up this arm too. Can't forget. Up the arm. And let's dip back into our... Again, if you plan on... I have a lot of these at this point. And I actually like the colors that they're producing. And, you know, I have ideas of like other things I can paint with these colors and this scheme. So I would recommend washing the brush every time you use the paint before you dip into the next paint. But I am just technically mixing the paints within the pot a little bit and contaminating them. So I would recommend washing. The problem with, you know, you wash a brush like this too much and it starts to get kind of frayed as a starter brush. So just trying to avoid that, trying to keep it in a good spot because we're running we're going the distance with this one. Although we're making great time, covering good ground. Apologies if I'm going too fast for anybody painting at home. The VOD will be able to, you can slow it down, pause, etc. Okay, let's go back to the reflective. Get right up to the nails there. Yeah, looks good. Dire Troll, interesting what CR it would be. Let's see. Oh, CR? Oh, I was thinking armor class, AC. Armor class is 15, that's what I was looking up. What's the abbreviation for CR? Thanks, Patty. Patty with the answer, potentially, in the chat. Ooh, holding on to this thing is... It's heavy. All right, it's heavy. I should have worked out before this. Yeah, so we covered the back with this black green and we let it dry. So trying to keep it, there you go, kind of blended a little bit right there. They have like 5 attacks per round. Yeah, it makes sense just looking at the number of arms, and I'm assuming individual brains and thoughts this thing has. Okay. A little more of this across the back. And we're going to go up to the heads here. Dip into the black green. A little blending. As you get up to the back here, there's a lot of different little crannies, nooks and crannies you want to make sure you don't leave unpainted. Don't want the primer to stick out anywhere. Even like down this arm. A little more paint on the brush will fix it, but don't want to obscure anything. Okay, let's give this brush a wash. Take a drink. All right, about a half hour in, here we are. Pretty much the front is in a good spot from a basic green perspective, but we can define the faces, I want to come back with some mud and blood. So we're just gonna keep going like that across the rest of the model. Yep. So this has been a lot of this. We've been just using the multi-purpose brush so far, and you can see. I wonder if you can see that. It's kind of hard when this is the main focus, but you can kind of see already some of the bristles are fraying out. It's kind of hard to see. So you gotta be careful. You know, this brush, these starter brushes you can use them for a while. They last a while. Eventually, they turn into those brushes that you use to apply the gritty stuff, and you don't really, they're on their way out. But we're really gonna test the stamina of this brush here on on this model, for sure. It can pull through. Yeah, I agree. I believe in it. You know, I still have the starter brushes from the Ogre Zombie. That was in October. You know, these things hang out for a while. Yeah, see, little water looks good. Ugh, getting these fingers is a pain. Getting right in between here. It's very clear where the nails start, though, which is nice. I like that. That's a very well defined feature. And you know, people give Wizkids a lot of crap for some of the detail. Obviously, when the thing's this big, how do you mess that up, right? So it looks pretty good on this one for sure. Just a little more. Yeah, I like this. I like the color we're going. It's very dark. There's going to be a lot of ability to come back and play with it. In terms of this stream, hopefully I still have the fortitude to do that with just how much paint this is. Yeah, we'll be fine. 8 hour stream? 8 hour stream, maybe? Where's our gray? This thing's too green. Subathon. Pog? What is Pog? Excuse me? Is that some TikTok language? What's going on, Tony? Thanks for coming by. All right, let's get back into our gray. You know, it looks good, so let's ruin it. Let's ruin it. Where do we want to ruin it? One of these heads should be gray for sure. Is it weird to have just the head like totally gray? Probably. Yeah, we'll have to see. Let's this hand. This whole hand should be gray. And just kind of blend it into. Let's see if we can make it kind of like, oh, I was green, but then I don't know what's going on here. This one is coming off. It's like a dead branch. This dire troll needs some pruning. Yeah, I like that. It's like it's not too jarring because it's like the green, the green turning into the gray. You can see some green up here. Oh, definitely got to come back down here though. Up the thumb. And get that weird in between here. Best part about I like this gray because it's like not. Well, actually, this model's primed pretty white. Because sometimes the gray looks just like the primer, and then it's like, what did you do? You know? Did you even do anything? Probably the head closest to the gray arm. It should be gray. You know? So let's just do it. If it doesn't look good, we'll just fix it. You know? Whatever. Ooh, that gray to green is pretty big. A pretty big jump. Let's wash before we jump. I'll do green to green, sure, but gray to green, no. Have you thought about doing the exact same thing you're doing now, but in a hot tub? Because I hear that's easy money. There was a stream I watched. It was one of those. I'm not original. It was one of those. It was like on the when you come on to the homepage, it's like the featured stream. It was the. It was like the front man for the band Trivium. It's like a metal band. And he's like, the stream was dope because he's like just playing along to his songs and like other songs, and he's like doing, he's singing and playing guitar. He's got a camera on the guitar and on him, and he just like has this like terrible like clip art hot tub like underneath his face. So I thought about doing something like that. That's funny. But no, I got to get a hot tub. Or I have to partner with the right venue for that one. Just Games, Hot Tub Venture. They are revamping their stream space in store, so should be able to do stuff in store pretty soon. Oop, that's green. I want to keep that arm gray. Speed duel in a hot tub? Yeah, I could do that. Actually, that's a great idea. It's gonna piss some people off. It's gonna tick off the serious speed dueler. Is that even is that an oxymoron? All right, Skull. Let's see. You are a gray troll. Doesn't look like this set came with a wash. Probably don't need to apply a wash. So let's do a total gray cover here of this head, right? Totally gray. This is like, I'm the part that's dying. Okay. Gray head. Gray life. Whoop. Keep it in camera. Keep it in frame. And quickly move into the reflective green, and we'll just kind of make it like I want it to maintain the grayness, but it's like clearly like it was this green before. Just kind of splash this kind of, like splash it around. So it's got the green hue, but it's definitely a gray. It's not bad. Okay, so we got our gray skull, gray arm, little little tinge of green here, just a little tinge of green. Okay. All these heads are bald except one. Okay. So we can do hair on one. It's looking good. Definitely need to blend this a little more. And give me this green again, the black green. Flip it. Creepy. Music's getting eerie. Oh, there's a hand way over there we forgot about. Okay, yeah. This is where I need to reset. There we go. And I'm just going through because there's, I actually the camera keeps me honest because the camera has no problem finding all of the little spots where it's still just primer that I missed. My eyes are lying to me. So I'm just trying to go back and make sure that I catch all those spots so it's not something I gotta do when we moved on to different colors. Yeah, I get the fingers right here especially. It's all right. It's looking good. It's shaping up pretty good. I think we're oh gosh, are we almost done with using this green? Maybe. Gotta do this hand for sure. Gray. Suddenly gray. Suddenly gray. Suddenly gray. Suddenly gray right here. Give me a little bit of gray on the side of this guy. Oh boy. Are we done? Let's see. Gonna grab this ear back here. I saw that this one, but then also this one. And the back of this guy's ear with the hair. Oh yeah, and then totally top down. There's a couple spots, looks like. Just checking where the arms meet the bracers and the pants, because I don't want to leave any. You know, once you paint those, it becomes very clear when you missed a spot. I like that, you know, just suddenly applying this reflective green to some places that are a little darker green, it actually works because it's you know, it's muddy and it can just be it doesn't look different. It doesn't look odd that all of a sudden it's just yeah, that's a grosser green right there. Like it kind of doubles as the mud a little bit in some of these really, really true green spots. Yeah, a couple white spots here on the top of this guy's stupid head. Go back to the black green here for this one. Right in there. Top of the nose. We have to think about how we want to do our teeth. These guys have eyes. There's technically no eyes on this thing. It's like just sockets. It's weird. Okay. Let's switch. Let's switch. Switch gears here. So we have most of the body done. It's been an hour. Most of the body done in an hour. Great. Making great time. Okay. What do we want to do next? We got all these other colors here. What's going on? How did they get some of these colors on this box with this palette? Must be the light flesh. So there's the skulls kind of on the side there, and then the rags are like a red. Black red looks like a good color. Let's do a black red. Let's try and find our fabric color. And I think that I want to use the Beastie brown and the black red. Ooh, let's shake that up. Beastie brown, black red. Thank you for all of the reds. Paint night kits. We can use the multi-purpose still, but give me will this be clean? Right there. Yep. Okay. What's this look like? It's not bad. Nice. That's a lot in there. That's a lot in there. Let's see. We just cover some. Looks all right. Give me the Beastie brown. Put a bunch of the Beastie brown in there. What's that look like? Yeah, those are the two colors that I'm looking for. So now, put the red in there, right? Let's see if this one is in camera here. There we go. Move it over. This is the color I'm kind of looking for. Let's see how that looks. I want to achieve kind of a happy medium. This is very viscous. Look at the streaks from the brush. It's like very watery. I like a little more of the black red here. All right, here we go. Got to be careful here coming around. This is going to need another coat. Look how streaky that is. It just came on very wet. Hardest part's trying to get the inside of it now. This is the not fun part. This corner. Actually, you know, even if this kind of bleeds onto the body a little bit, the black red kind of makes it look like blood. There's just so many ways to cheat. That's what I love about Wizkids selections for these paint night kits, because clearly they're made for beginners, or intended for beginners who don't even have paints and a brush, and they make them these gross monsters, which implies that, you know, you can mess up and it's okay because these things are filthy. They're covered in all sorts of crap. Let's see if we can get around the leg there and not mess this up. There's just so many bumps around that leg. It's going to make this a pain to like get all the gaps and all the... Yeah, no, that's starting to dry, so we can kind of smooth that out a little bit soon. Give me a little bit more just the black red. Let's see if we can smooth this out a little bit. Because I think it was the brown that was pretty wet. Yeah, see, ooh, wow, it's still wet. It's even coming back to the primer a little bit if I'm a little too aggressive with it. Oh, just be gentle. Yeah, look at that. I'm actually taking it right off. It's back to the primer right there. Give it a little more. Oh, actually, you know what? More paint solves that. Okay, it's looking better. This one bristle is rogue. He's gone rogue. I don't know if you, you see my one rogue bristle. It's catching the, it's kind of, yeah, it's catching the other parts of the model. We'll blend that a little bit because the skulls are like a lighter brownish. Ugh, gotta sneak under this hand. Okay, that's looking good. Got the rags there. Whoop, bumped it. Now, what is I think these are all, like along the arms, they're all rags. They're all technically rags. Eh. Thing around the foot on the image on the box is silver, which I guess the dark sea green will do that. Let's make those all the dark red. No, my rogue brush, or my rogue bristle, caught the arm. Just about does it for those. Little touch up that's needed there, but now we got our bands on. Oh, right, there's this thing on this arm. Too many arms to keep track of. I'll do this kind of like the brownish red on this one. All right. Just got to do a little more work on just kind of making this look a little more snappy. And we got to get up the skirt a little more. Okay. It's going to come together rather quickly at this point with most of the green done. The only thing that's going to trip us up and keep us here longer is going to be any spots we missed or need to touch up on the green. Going to go into the dark sea green, the gray, to do the rings on the arm and the foot. It's way too much for this. I made this arm a little gray coming towards this bracelet. Maybe I need to make that a little more green just so it kind of stands out. Right here. See? A little gray here in the arm, and then it goes into the little chain bracelet there. So we want to greenify this arm a little bit to make that bracelet stand out. And while I have the green, I noticed up one of these legs, it needs to be fixed up there. Oh, there we go. Okay, a couple other spots that just need to be touched. Shoot. Got a little green on the robe there, just trying to touch up that leg, see where the leg meets the clothes. Just a couple spots. Yeah, there's one back in here too. And just kind of work that into the rest of the leg there. Got it. And where did I splash that green? Right there. Take care of that, no problem. Oops. Or spread it around. Here. There we go. Okay. Let's go back into the gray, just touching up a couple more spots here. Spread a little more gray. Is that... That's funny. That socket has like a spot missing. It almost looks like the eye. Do I keep that? Let's just hang on to that. Alright. Let's try and do the skulls and the rope. That little sash. That one's going to be definitely more of a brown with a light flesh. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, Parasite Brown, I can't find a spot for it. Let's do the Beastie Brown and light flesh. Ooh, it's almost like a pink in this light anyway. It looks white in the camera. Okay, so light flesh. Let's put some in here. Let's make sure that's on camera there. Oh yeah, we're good. Let's put some in here. And let's just put some on. Don't want to waste any of it before I wash it and dip into the brown. I'll make sure this brush is super dry because we know that brown is pretty light, or pretty wet. Okay. And here's the color we're looking for. Yeah, this is like a... What does this remind me of? There's a Citadel color like this. Agrax Earthshade, maybe? That's what we're looking for. I like that. It's basically the flesh color, but it's just a little toned down. And just for sake of perfection, get in the back side, make sure that looks good. Okay, and then the skulls. Make the skulls kind of the same color here. This one might be a little off camera. I gotta like sneak in between two arms there. And then just a, give me just a touch of this. Let's see how bad that makes it. Let's just dirty this up just a little bit. It's gotta be just a little. These can't be perfect, you know. Here we go. It's pretty bright in the light. Maybe just a little more. I don't want to... There's a fine, fine line. Yeah, it looks good. That's looking good. All right. Now, we will switch to the black, and we will do the nails and the hair on this guy. We'll have black hair. And I haven't switched to fine detail brush at all yet. Am I ever? It's a good question. Because if I didn't for like the bracers, then when will I? Also going to open my reflective green just for pieces that I keep finding that I need to just fix up a little bit. You can see as the paint starts to dry, they're pretty obvious spots that need just another little thin coating. Okay. You know what? Maybe we go into this thing is getting nasty. Maybe we go into the fine detail for the nails. I mean, the difference between the two brushes are this one's a little thinner and shorter, but really other than that, it's not too different. All right, just dipping right into the black here. And there are a lot of claws to paint with so many hands. And this black is also very wet. Yeah, absolutely no need to wet this one. This is very wet right from the start. This one already has a bristle that's sticking out. What's the best way to attack these? Oh, that was actually made it pretty easy. Sorry, camera. Might not have been able to see that one, so you got in kind of from that angle. And yeah, we'll do the black on all the hands. All 5 of them. Now, the nails aren't as defined here. So we'll just kind of guess and put a little bit of black on the ends of the fingers here. See. Yeah, that nail's not that long on that thumb. That is way too much. Come back. Okay, there's the black on the claws, and then we got to do the toenails too. Are the toenails defined enough? I think so. Let's go for it. Little toenails right there. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back to the green, touch up a couple more things. Actually, we probably can... Oh, the hair. Let's do that. And then that should be everything on the model covered, and then it's just a matter of just kind of playing around with it, see what else we want to do. There we go. Okay, that should be pretty good with the black. And now we go back to the green and we touch up. And then we see if we splash some stuff on them. Then we'll do the base. We'll do the base last because I'm just gripping the thing and I know the paint will rub right off if I try and do base work right now. Okay, get me back to this reflective green. And let's just... few spots up here. That nail was too long. There we go. It's better. All right, this monster is getting there. He is so getting there. Let's get a little, let's do some fun stuff now. I want more gray on him, and I want him to, I want him a little bloodier. So, how are we going to do that? Let's open the dark sea green. Let's open... Actually, we don't even need to open the black red. We still got it over there. Okay. Okay. Let's see what looks good. So, dark sea green, right? I'm going to take... it's going to take a bunch off the brush. I'll take it off over there. And let's just... let's just put some a little bit everywhere, right there and there. Look at the back. And we just gray them up a little bit, you know. This technique is technically called dry brushing. Take a lot of it off the brush, and then whatever else is there comes right off and onto the model. So now he's got a little bit more of a gray tinge here, and then let's make him bloody. This guy is coming off a fresh kill. I'm going to do the heavy red for that, actually, not the black red, because the black red is used for a lot of the rags. The heavy red, I think, is going to bring off a different... Oh, that's a great red. That is a great red right there. Ooh, a little chunkier, or a little chunkier. Let's see. Not too bad. Got some red. Take most of it off. But let's get it on these hands here. This guy is bloodthirsty, all right? A little more of this red here, and let's paint it across the face here. This guy, yeah, he's seeing it. A little bit more off the brush. And we got a good bit of blood right there, and some right there. We get a little on the foot there. Yeah, all of a sudden, Kind of a different vibe. Definitely a little bit of a different vibe now. This almost kind of looks like a stripe on his face. That's good. That's good. Let's go to the back. And we can grab this hand here. Ooh. That is a fresh patch of blood right there. He's like stepping in it. Ugh. Here we go. Now let's do a little bit of mud. Get the Beastie Brown here. Beastie Brown. Same thing. A little bit of brown. Take most of it off. And let's just find some spots to muddy up. So you can probably put a little more on it. This is so wet. Let's put it on the knees there. Maybe on the elbows. Let's do it across this face. Let's do it across this guy's face. A little bit over here. This second arm, the one that isn't gray, let's put it all over this one. Okay. Now let's find some light source and do some highlights. Let's start with the Park Green Flat. There's a couple different things we can do here. We use the Park Green Flat. We can use the Light Flesh. I'm surprised they gave us 2 Park Green Flats. I feel like we used a lot of the reflective green, and it probably wasn't even half the pot. Okay. Park Green Flat. Where's our light source? Maybe it's coming this way, so... Ooh, that's a lot. Hold on. It's a little too much on that leg. Just doesn't look natural. Let's open the... well, actually, let's keep the Park Green open. And get the reflective green for just a little correction. Okay. There we go. There we go. And let's see. Coming across the back. If we have our light source coming this way. Okay. And now we have just a little flavor to it. Little flavor. Do I want to do anything with the teeth? Yeah, the teeth should be let me little touch up, just a couple spots there still with the primer. Okay. Let's go to the fine detail brush for this. And teeth can be a little bit of a parasite brown into a light flesh. The red slide, we did the parasite brown only. But notice that, you know, the orange was okay, but I think coming to a white, maybe the tips would look better. We have the fine detail. And this one's going to be a little, let's see. Hey, Patrick. Thanks for coming on, and thank you. All right, so we got the teeth. Oh, that guy. There's 4 heads. Actually, ooh, there's teeth over here, and over yeah, there's teeth on the body. I just saw, oh, man, I really got to learn to keep these open because I just saw, it remind me to come back to that shoulder. Need a little couple green touch-ups here. Give me this, and into the light flesh, and let's see how this looks. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, so you got the orange there, but then it kind of comes into the white. Just a little bit. Grr. I can't even tell. I don't even know what I'm looking at here, but it's got teeth. Got a stray. That stray bristle on the fine detail will kill you. It'll really get you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And just the gray guy. Gray head at the top. Last one. Yeah, I like that. That looks nice. I like that. And, you know, the teeth here define, it like reminds you that a head's there without like us having, oh shoot, without us having to like completely paint and define the head, which is cool. All right. Let's go back. And you know what? I was thinking about doing some highlights with the white on the body, but I think that the park green there is going to be good for this one because, you know, right here in front of my eyes looks good. Looks good that way. Don't want to change it. Because this is, you know, this is one of those, this is definitely a model that where you could continue to work it and then quickly just, you could always be working it, you know. There's no end. So now let's go touch up some of these very obvious green spots that are still here, or white spots actually. Okay. That's this is looking just about done, guys. What are we at? Oh gosh, 2 hours? Over 2 hours? Yeah. We will finish this one up. So obviously last thing is the base. I keep finding it's frustrating as these coats dry. You keep finding white spots that show through. Let's wrap it up. Yeah, let's wrap up the base. Oh my gosh. Get out of here. That little like indent right there in the thigh where it meets the clothes. Like why? Okay. Now we're good. Base time. What color do we want our base to be? What color is it in the picture? It's like a brownish gray. We can do that. That's going to be dark sea green and beastie brown. And we want it as dark as possible so then we can do the highlights to it as we go. So multi-purpose brush for this. I think we're done with the fine detail. Thank you, fine detail. Also realized we never used the water pot that came with this because all these paints are already pretty wet. Okay, I can mix this together on the palette that we were given over there, or I can do it live between both. But I want to be going between both a lot, so maybe we do mix off. We mix over here first, maybe. Okay. Can I actually, the brown is pretty light. Let's see if I can pour it. Pour just a little bit of the brown. Yeah, look at that. It's like, yeah, it's crazy how very viscous. So we got that over there. Okay, that's not drying up anytime soon. And, give me that. So the gray is probably going to, oh, that's actually a lot of the brown. That's a lot of brown. Oh, there's a little bit of a optical illusion right there. All right, let's put it over here a little bit. See what that looks like. Yeah, it's more brown than I want, but we will add more gray to it here. Give me a big old heaping wad of gray, and let's add it to this mixture. It's pretty wet. Another heaping thing of gray because this could be more gray. Put it in here. There we go. You can tell the front is very brown and the back is very gray. And we just blend it. I'm going for more gray across the board, so we'll just blend it right in. This is going to take a little bit to dry, so let's see how I want to do highlights on the base here. Also, me rubbing my fingers against it always kind of rubs the paint off. Let's see. Just want it covered at least. And it's so radically different from the feet of our troll, which is great. Actually running out of this mixture here. Come on, stay with me. Okay, yeah, so we got our base. This thing's almost done. This thing is almost done. Yeah, I might finish up the base. I want to at least put some highlights so that we can see how that looks together. But then, you know, once I put it on its base, I'll be able to paint this a little better. Some more gray in here. Give me a little bit of that brown. Let's see. That's a base right there. Some sort of muddy dungeon floor, or like a gravelly, you know, just a gravelly kind of wooded area. Totally. Looks good. Hardest part of the base is just getting all of the little nooks and crannies here. Like there's one back here. So it should be dry enough in some spots. Let's go ahead and keep moving. Now, let me take the headset off actually. All right, I think we have a plan for some highlights here. Parasite brown. Parasite brown, I think, is the next step of highlight here. So if we just get a bunch of it, take most of it off, and then come here and just... Wow, it's actually not even really... It's because it's still so wet, I think, unfortunately, but it's... catching, highlighting the base a little bit. All right, so you got a little lighter. And then we will go for the light flesh. Go for the light flesh as the top highlight, and let's see. Oh, actually, you know what? Is this still wet? Is this still wet over here? No! Shoot. That was our, yeah, that was what we used for the skulls. That would have been great. That would have been the light, that was the light flesh mixed with a little bit of the brown, I think. But let's just see if we can do a straight up light flesh here. Let's see. Yeah. So the light kind of across the bottom there. Oh, actually, it really got there. But you can see the accents there on the base now. Some stones getting caught in the light, things like that. And we'll leave it at that. And I think that we are going to call this one done. 2.5 hours. So here is our completed Dire Troll. From the Dire Troll Paint Night Kit. All paints, brushes, all tools used, with the exception of water and paper towels, have been from the kit. You can pick up your very own Dire Troll Paint Night Kit at JustGamesRochester.com. Thank you, Just Games Rochester, for sponsoring this paint night. Hope that those of you that painted along with me took something away from this, got some good ideas, inspiration. I'm pretty happy with this one. And, you know, as big as it was, it did not take as long as I thought, you know. So, this was a monster. Great. I think we'll wrap this show up then, guys. Number 2, does that go to the talking? Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. The VOD will be on YouTube probably in the next couple days. The YouTube channel is primarily Yu-Gi-Oh! Speed Duel, but I have been saturating it with a lot of Digimon, Magic, and painting recently. It's called Rook's Table because it represents kind of all TCG tabletop I like to do. So hope you guys enjoyed this, took something away from me. I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy.